Have you ever felt like your biggest battles aren't with others, but with yourself? That inner voice criticizing every move, the relentless guilt over mistakes, or the endless procrastination that keeps you stuck. It's a vicious cycle, and the harsh truth: you might be toxic to yourself. But here's the good news: this isn't permanent. Stoicism, the ancient philosophy rooted in resilience and rationality, offers powerful tools to help you break free from these patterns. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Stick around until the end, where I'll reveal a transformative mindset shift inspired by one of Stoicism's greatest thinkers, Epictetus. 1. You're your own harshest critic. If you're constantly punishing yourself for mistakes with thoughts like, "How could I be so stupid?" or "I'll never get this right," you're keeping yourself stuck. Instead of learning and growing, you end up paralyzed by self-judgment. Epictetus reminds us that it's not the mistakes themselves, but how you react to them that defines you. Reframe errors as opportunities for growth, not as reasons for self-punishment. Write down one recent mistake, reflect on what it taught you, and decide how you'll move forward. Mistakes don't define you. They shape you when you let them guide your growth. 2. You struggle with unrealistic expectations. When you set impossibly high standards, no amount of effort feels like it's enough. Perfectionism convinces you that only flawless results are worth celebrating. Marcus Aurelius tells us to focus on what's within our control: effort, preparation, and persistence. Let go of results, which are often beyond your power. Break down big goals into smaller, achievable steps. Celebrate each step along the way, because progress, not perfection, is the true measure of growth. 3. You can't let go of the past. Dwelling on regrets keeps you emotionally trapped. Whether it's a missed opportunity or something you wish you could change, replaying the past over and over stops you from moving forward. Marcus Aurelius advises us to think of ourselves as living a second life, where the past no longer matters. Let today define who you are. When you find yourself haunted by regrets, redirect your energy to one action you can take now to improve your future. The past is unchangeable, but today is yours to shape. 4. You compare yourself to everyone else. Scrolling through social media, you see someone else's highlight reel and wonder why your life doesn't measure up. Comparison distracts you from appreciating your own unique path. Seneca reminds us that envy is rooted in illusion. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Limit your time on social media and focus instead on what you're grateful for in your own life. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and you'll find that your path is enough. 5. You fear failure. More than you desire success. Fear of failure keeps you stuck, analyzing every possible outcome instead of taking action. The result? You never move forward, and fear wins. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that it's not death we should fear, but never beginning to truly live. Failure is inevitable and valuable. Write down the worst thing that could happen if you try and fail, and the best thing that could happen if you succeed. Often, the best far outweighs the worst. Take one step toward your goal today, no matter how small. 6. You seek external validation. Constantly. When your self-worth depends on others' opinions, you're always chasing approval, whether it's likes on a post or recognition from peers. But this dependency is exhausting. Epictetus tells us to adorn ourselves with what's true to our own character, not what others expect of us. Start by making one decision each day that aligns with your values, not someone else's expectations. Validation from within is infinitely more rewarding than seeking it from others. 7. You neglect your mental and physical health. Skipping sleep, meals, or moments of rest might feel productive, but it ultimately drains your focus and energy. Neglecting self-care isn't sustainable, it's self-destructive. Seneca reminds us that wishing to be well is the first step to becoming well. Care for your body and mind, not as indulgence, but as discipline. Commit to one small act of self-care daily, like a walk, a nutritious meal, or even just quiet time to reflect. 8. You procrastinate on important decisions. Delaying tough choices doesn't make them go away. Instead, the weight of indecision grows heavier, adding more stress to your life. Marcus Aurelius suggests simplifying your decisions. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Focus on what aligns with your principles. Break big decisions into smaller, manageable parts, and take the first step today. Action cures hesitation. 9. You ruminate on negative thoughts. When worries, doubts, and fears play on a loop in your mind, they drain your energy and rob you of peace. Epictetus reminds us that imagined anxieties often cause more pain than real problems. Recognize your thoughts as temporary, like clouds passing in the sky. Notice them, but don't attach to them. Instead, focus on one actionable step forward. 10. You overcommit to please others. Saying yes to everyone may feel kind, but it leaves you stretched thin and resentful. Seneca advises us to spend our time with those who improve us. Protect your energy by setting boundaries. When someone asks for your help, pause and ask yourself if it aligns with your priorities. Saying no can be an act of self-respect, and others will respect you for it too. 11. You avoid uncomfortable truths. It's easier to distract yourself with entertainment or excuses than to face hard truths about yourself. But avoiding reality doesn't make it disappear. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that clarity lies in accepting what we cannot change and acting on what we can. Write down one truth you've been avoiding and identify one small step to address it. Facing reality is the first step to lasting growth. 12. You let fear control your choices. Fear of the unknown often keeps you clinging to comfort zones, even when they no longer serve you. Seneca reminds us that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Identify one fear holding you back, whether it's pursuing a dream or making a change, and take one small action to face it. Courage grows with every step forward. 13. You don't set boundaries. Allowing others to take your time, energy, and emotions without limits leaves you drained and disconnected from your priorities. Epictetus reminds us that freedom begins with mastering yourself. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, not selfishness. Say no to unnecessary obligations and focus your energy on what truly matters. 14. You ignore your personal growth. Avoiding challenges may feel safe, but it leads to stagnation. Growth requires discomfort, and without it, you miss opportunities to evolve. Marcus Aurelius tells us that what we do now echoes in eternity. Embrace learning, whether it's developing a new skill or stepping into a challenge. Every effort builds a stronger version of you. 15. You resist change. Clinging to the past or familiar routines often feels safer than embracing the unknown, but resisting change keeps you stuck. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the universe is constantly changing, and so are we. Reflect on one change you've been avoiding and explore how it could benefit you. Change isn't the enemy, it's your greatest teacher. The bonus insight is Amor fati. Amor fati, or love of fate, is the Stoic idea of embracing everything in life, good or bad, as essential to your growth. Challenges aren't obstacles, they're tools for transformation. When faced with setbacks, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I use it to grow? Shifting from resistance to acceptance unlocks true peace. Breaking free from toxic habits isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Stoicism offers the tools to move forward with resilience and purpose. If this resonated with you, hit the like button and subscribe for more actionable insights. Share in the comments. What's one toxic habit you're ready to tackle today? Let's grow together.